Hey everybody at the CW Source, Jason C. with some bad news and some good news. The bad news is this is my last interview with the people from Cycle 10 of America's Next Top Model, and the good news is Whitney won. How are you?
That is good news.
That is excellent news. How does it feel?
Completely indescribable. I mean, I couldn't even begin to tell you in words.
We need a couple words.
It was
Come on,
such
give
a
me
journey.
couple.
I mean, I'm absolutely ecstatic. This is everything that I wanted, everything that I asked for, and I'm just ready to get started.
Yeah,
just the beginning.
ready.
Just
Look
the
at this
beginning. Yeah. Do you see this?
Let's go through this last episode. Two challenges. You had
Two
to do
challenges.
a commercial and a photo shoot. What did you think of your commercial? And then I'm going to talk about what Paulina
You know,
thought
I'm
of it.
going to go optimistic and say that my commercial was a lot better than my Italian commercial.
There we go,
So
there we
speaking
go.
in my native tongue helps.
New, big, bold, look at me lash last from Easy Breezy Beautiful.
Paulina said you were doing the Miss America sort of phase. How were you and Paulina? How did you guys get along?
You know, it's so funny because I really, really liked Paulina.
All right.
until I see
Until?
on show. Well, I mean, she's a great person. She's absolutely beautiful. But of course, you see on the show what she says about me when I'm not there, and I'm like,
As I looked at that runway, I saw a budding high fashion model and a hand.
When
The
she
other
came in, do you
girls-
remember the first thing she said to you?
back at Elite.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was actually really nice to me at Elite, but they don't show it.
Right,
But
right.
she said that I took the best Polaroid,
All right.
and she said that I was a little bit skinny, which I was like, okay. and
That's a
then
good
I was like,
compliment.
no, I have really big hips, and she's like, oh, yeah,
All right,
But that's
so
okay.
thanks to that challenge, Fatima was let go.
yeah,
What was your first reaction to that?
shock.
Shock.
I mean,
Yeah.
Fatima looks like Iman.
Yeah.
How can you?
And
How can you let that go? But I mean, but being America's Next Top Model, it's about so much more than just your looks, and it is speaking and being a real person and not being robotic. So I think it did come down to her and I, they saying that I'm too pageanty and saying she's too robotic, and I guess they thought pageanty was better
Pageanty
than
won over
robotic.
robotic.
Yeah,
All
this
right.
time.
But you also have to do catwalks.
Yeah.
And you got to do them in Versace dresses. Beautiful dresses. You wore them beautifully, by the way.
I know.
But what about that heel getting caught on that thing?
That was so funny. And actually, the judges didn't even say anything about it.
I know.
And which shocked me because I noticed every other step, and I'm trying not to show it in my face, but oh Lord.
All right, so the 17 shoot meant that you and your BFF Anya were going to be up against each other.
Anya.
I know. You guys were all giggly in front of us as we were watching the final
I
show.
know. We're holding hands.
Yeah. You started giggling when? At what point did you start giggling? Like really loud, like when they were playing it on the big screen.
I don't know. You tell me.
I
Were you
think
watching
it was
us?
when yes,
Yeah,
I
you were
was.
sitting behind us.
Yes, I was sitting right behind you when the makeup guy said you were the first.
Juice
Juicy
Booty.
Yeah, to make it up there.
Sutan is the makeup artist. He actually he designated my nickname as JB for Juice Booty. So we've established that
All right.
for future reference.
For what it's worth, you're like the first
I know, ever.
juicy booty
Indian.
to make it onto the runway.
Were you nervous because you've been in the bottom two a lot of times?
And Anya's never been in the bottom two.
You never have.
Never.
How did that
So
happen?
logically, I'm saying I didn't know what was going on. And I'm a very logical. All right, well this makes sense. Bottom two 5 times. Anya never. Let's weigh those odds.
But you know what? It wasn't the end of
Yeah.
the road for you. But I'm gonna
Yeah.
throw out a name for you first before we go into that. Dominique.
Yes.
Give me your first reaction. She almost did.
No. The tension was just so high. There were tons of fights, 24/7, and that's just you're living with
Cameras
people,
there to
you're
record them.
strangers, and we all have our own antics and we all have our own egos, and we definitely clashed a lot. But now we bonded. I went out with all the girls like last night.
You
and
guys were all huggy and everything.
I
mean,
know,
was like,
and it's-
wow, I didn't see any of that drama like on TV.
I know because it's after the fact, and now it's dumb to argue about stupid things like that.
Right,
So
right, absolutely. You and Anya were facing off, and what was going through your head as you were gonna? Only one of you could take away the crown. I mean, because that's hard if you're really, really bonded that.
But did you see the ending when they called my name? We hugged each other and we were both just so happy, and she genuinely was happy that I won.
Very sincere, absolutely. Yes,
Absolutely. And I think we were talking backstage before we went out there, and we were singing like the Little Mermaid together, and we were like just playing together and saying, no matter what happens, we're still friends, we're still supportive, and that's what's important. You know, that's a real friend.
Right.
So yeah, she was really genuinely excited.
Yeah,
And
And
you
you
know,
guys are
that's
gonna
where your
keep in
true
touch.
colors show. Oh, we do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we
Oh,
do.
okay,
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for hanging out with me.
Awesome.
I had
Yeah,
a
it's
great
good
time
seeing
meeting
you again.
Great seeing you again, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot more
I'm
of you.
sure.
'Cause you're going to be out to LA a couple
yeah.
times, right?
Yeah.
I came all the way here to the Big Apple just to find out that you won. All right, that's it for this season of America's Next Top Model. What's going to happen next season? Are you going to show up in 11?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
It's already recording, so we don't know. I'm Jason C. Hit us up on the CW source for exclusive interviews of everything on the CW. See ya. Bye-bye.